Okay, hi there, it's Nickdutch again. Just giving you a bit of an insight into magic. Now, magic's been very poorly understood. We're now living in a world whereby religion and spirituality, or what people call spirituality, has become much more important than it has in the past. The 21st century seems to be a place where religion really takes off in a big way. Yeah, we've seen some changes in like the mid-20th century, but now it really is reaching ahead. The supernaturalist side of things is also likewise going to take off in a big way, and that can be quite scary for a lot of people. There will be, without the shadow of a doubt, much more interest in magic as a subject, the supernatural as a subject, and so on and so forth. To this date, I do not believe that there has been a sufficient definition of what magic is. A lot of my writings, some of my YouTube videos are going to be essentially about magic and trying to redress this balance, or this lack of balance we've got at the moment. Yes, some of the content that I'm providing I will be selling, but a lot of it will be going out free, just as this little video is going out free for all of you to use and view. And I'm taking this definition of magic from my own book, which I've written, which is on the Lulu Marketplace. I will be putting some books up there which will be free for download, so anyone can read them and distribute them, but of course there will always be a certain quantity which is there for, you know, essentially to be bought. This is the definition of magic according to Nickdutch. Unless the word magic is properly used, namely to describe something which is separate to normality and therefore only the supernatural or paranormal, and to a certain degree within the bounds of what the common man understands by the word magic, either with a C or with a CK at the end, the word loses significance or any meaning, and practitioners of magic are derided as lunatics and losers. Magic in the proper supernatural context, whether it is spelled with the C or the CK at the end, must therefore be used solely for an attempt to generate supernatural activity in accordance with the will, to attempt to be miraculous and to defy the Newtonian concept of the laws of physics, the concepts of the soul and mind that are inherent to psychology and neuroscience, the laws of communication at a distance that are, in the present day, restricted to telecommunication devices, the understood laws about the meanings of gaining information that is, in the present era, restricted to cold or fraudulent reading, people watching, kinesthetics and the like, and the accepted laws pertaining to time and space, and to do so in a way which is realistic and without falling prey to delusion. In the complete absence of any scientific laboratory that is sufficiently equipped, has the funding, or the inclination to provide complete, in-depth and serious research as to how supernatural activity can occur, we are restricted to passing on anecdotes, stories pertaining to occasional occurrences, plus some basic guides as to how an individual created or seemed to create certain effects, and then to allow each individual to experiment and think for themselves. However, the human organism is not well equipped to deal with intellectual thought, complex or seemingly different or difficult concepts, and as such many individuals are scared of studying the supernatural. A certain degree of skepticism is needed to allow the human organism to place his or her experiences into perspective. A certain degree of disbelief that can be turned on and turned off at will is required. This requires practice. Most humans, be they believers in the skeptic's creed or occult believers, seem to be prone to the dis-ease of holding on firmly and tightly to worlds of views rather than to be able to have some self-doubt and criticism. It is now time to lay this state of mind aside and go forward and experiment with pleasure and pride to attempt to use your developing knowledge of how an important aspect of the natural world, you, can interact with the mundane and seemingly divine in ways which you had not previously thought possible. It is a shame that many are scared off experimentation with the supernatural, as, desired results or none, there can be nothing truly more thrilling and pleasurable as a good scare caused by unknown and unknowable forces or a divine state of spiritual ecstasy. That's essentially what my ideas on magic really are, okay? Using the supernatural to create results and creating supernatural results. Now, I think there's more to it than that, so I'm going to set up a separate YouTube video and I'm going to define what can only be described as a veritable creed for what magic could be. Alright, namely some guidelines. Currently magic is unregulated, and as a result strange ideas circulate, and magicians often use their alleged status to control other people. This is essentially wrong. I'll do another video on that in just a second.